Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Judy Allen here, San Antonio, Texas. And believe it or not, we're supposed to get some rain today, so I had to make some adjustments today so I can get good lighting for us to be able to create today. So I don't know about you, but here we need rain because it's still supposed to be around 100 degrees today, and we're not getting a break until next week, which it might drop in the low 90s, maybe the high 80s. So there you go. So we'll take the rain because everything out there needs some rain. So today I'm going to be making a purse. It's going to look like a purse. We can use it as a gift card holder, and that's what I was going to do. And I was looking for, trying to think, I'll use a business card. And you can put a gift card in it, right? Or you can put candy or anything else you want to put in there. And it's big enough to have options, right? So I want to show you how you can do it. It's going to coordinate with what we made last week, right? Because you're using the beautiful peaceful garden paper that comes out next the 3rd. I think that is, I don't even know what day that is. I think it's Wednesday. Not sure. I just know this weekend's Labor Day weekend. And so anyway, the purse is going to go, it looks like a purse. It's a gift card purse, or it could be a treat. You can put a treat in there too. You can do anything you want, right? That's the main thing about it. So let's go down the hands and let me show you what we're going to do, because this is the last week for getting a free kit to go with a purchase order of $35 from my store. And that's what, from August the 16th through, or I think it's the 17th through the 31st. Doesn't matter. The month's almost over, so it's just to the end of the month, right? So with that, let's go down the hands and let's do this. Let's do it. All right, so this is what we made last week. And we're going to stay with the same color scheme because the paper in the kit, right, is all the same color scheme. And we're going to incorporate some of the things we did as last week as well, too, as we make this. Now, you might see some little yellow, I pulled something I hadn't done in a while. I got little markers here so I know where my hands are supposed to be. I did this for Zoe a while back to get her to keep her hands in the camera so people could see her. So today it's to keep me inside since I don't have my grid and everything at all. So let's go and do this. So this is the stamp set we're using. And so I use this here. And I'm going to use this as well too. I actually embossed something that we're going to use as well. And then we're using the dies that go this as well with it. Alright? So we have choices, we have options. In fact, I'll show you where I was going to do 1 sentiment, and now I'm not sure. I have to change my mind. But right when we create, we have the right to change our mind. Because it's our creation. We're going to give it to somebody. I'm going to put those over there, bling over there to the side. Alright, so let me show you what we first were starting off with, alright? I had it written down, but I don't think I have it with me. Alright, so this is 4 1/4 by 11 inches. And this is scored at, it's easier to just tell you from each side. This is scored at 4 inches, so it's 4 inches on each side. And then we have another 1.5 inches here, basically, right? Because this, normally, if this was a regular folded card, this would be 5.5 inches would be our middle, right? So that's what we've done. We just scored it at 4. So if you wanted to, you could score right off the bat at 5.5 inches, and then come and score at 4 inches from each end, and you'll have it. Now the way this is going to work is it's going to fold up like a W, all right? So people call it like this is a valley, this is a mountain, this is a valley, this is a mountain. All right, so when you fold it up, this is what it's going to look like. It's going to look like a W to me, or maybe a bird with giant wings, or it looks like something from a sci-fi movie, one of their planes. So, anyway you go, just as long as you know which way you're going to fold it, and I've got all the different things right here. Okay, so let me sum this out of the way too, up here for us, just up here. Okay, so actually here is the embossed piece. And the reason for that is, and this is just 1/4 inch. So if you want to look at the size of this paper is it's about 3.25 inches by 4.25 inches. All right. And that is right because it's the width here, and I want to make sure it goes across, right across here. Get all that smell over. So when you go to emboss this in the embossing folder, you have to allow the fact that it's going to be 1/4 inch. Now, if you need to mark it with a pencil or something, just mark it with a pencil 1/4 inch up so you know where it's going to be. Because because you're going to have a flap up here and it's going to cover it. So I want it to look right like how it's going to be right here. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue this down. I usually, when I sit there and use an emboss piece like this that's got the 3D embossing, I usually just go ahead and use some glue to adhere it down. We're just going to build this. So this is the front of the purse. It's really cute when it's finished. I'm just going to put it up here. Well, what I like about this is right, I lots of times I like to sit up here and coordinate. If I'm going to make a little gift card, or I'm going to make, like this case, a little purse, I like to try to coordinate it with a card and everything I've already made already, so that they just go together, right? And then I've already cut off a piece of silver here. This is, I want to say 3/4 inch. An inch was a little bit too much when I originally did this. Yeah, so it's a 3¼ inches by 4½, and I just wanted to add something to the top of this because the embossing folder would not go over all the way to the top, right? So I'm just going to put this right up here on top right here, so it's just got some silver trim, and it's going to match nicely with the other stuff that I'm doing as well. You'll see that in a minute as we put it all together. Yeah, so originally I was thinking of this as a Christmas card, right, with peace on earth and all, and it still may be. But I'll show you so we have options though. That's the nice thing. And it could be somebody's first Christmas too. So when you sit there and use the largest die here, it's going to fit right in the middle of this. And let's pull that out for you and show you if I have that with me. Yeah. So these actually come in 2 different sizes. And actually, I'll show you in a piece. I actually cut the wrong size. But anyway, they come just like this, right? So there's 2 sizes. So this, the larger one here, when you die cut it, it's going to fit right in the middle here. Okay? And that's what I did. And when you sit there, just a tip, when you sit there and cutting on this kind of paper, on this glitter paper, if you flip it upside down to do the die cutting, it makes it a lot easier. It comes out a lot better as well too. Just because the edges are going first into the paper versus, now you won't get this little detail like that, but it's glitter paper and you're not going to see that anyway. Alright, I just try to make things easier to die cut and to sit there and make it easier on the blades of die cutting too, right? So we're just going to fit this right in here, right? I don't have to guess or anything. I just have to actually line it up with the inside here, and I've got that right there. So you see why I wanted the silver to go right here. Now what I did with the DSP is I actually cut out the doves so they'd be right in the center. And I'm going to put these up on dimensionals, just to give it a little bit of height. I'm not putting any ribbon, but you know what I do? I can always, didn't plan on putting ribbon or anything behind it, but if you sit there and leave yourself options, so like I've got this here and it's going to go right in the center. Just leave yourself options right down the middle here. You can always feed ribbon through, right? If you change your mind, decide you want to add a little bit more of something, you can, all right? Just make it easy on yourself. And how do I know this? I couldn't tell you how many times I've done that. Like I finished something and I decided I wanted to do ribbon. And if I sat there and didn't do what I'm doing right now, I have the opportunity to peel it off as best I can and do it. So it's easier just to do it this way. And that way if you change your mind or you do want to decide later you want to add ribbon, depending on who you're going to give it to, right? So I'm just going to center this on up, like here. Okay, so we got it right here. Now see, it looks like I got it off. I need to move it, shift it just a little bit. Now I will tell you, with the glitter paper, see how easy that was to come off? On regular paper, that's not going to happen. So I might have to end up gluing down the dimensionals. Even though dimensionals are adhesive, the bottom line is anything you set there, unless it's glued to this glitter paper, you're just going to have to test to make sure it holds. I've done scrapbooking and everything else, and glitter paper is just like that. That's the way glitter paper is. All right, so we're going to open it up. So this is the outside, so I've decorated this way. And now we're going to open it, and we're going to decorate the inside. So I wanted to continue with the doves because I really like the doves, and I like them at Christmas time. So we're going to put one here, and we're going to put one on the other side. And these inside pieces are, it's going to be on our center where it folds up the purse. This is going to be 1.25 inches by 4 inches is what I would say. Yes, 1.25 inches by 4 inches. So there's 2 of these. All right, now I don't have to. I can just put this down with regular tape. Let's see. Let's see if you can see. I want to make sure you can see. There you go. All right, so I'm just going to put this down. I got something under there. It feels. Oh, you know what it is? Duh. I've got what I just put on there, right? I'm thinking, why does that feel so? And really, truly, the smart thing would do is sit there and put your silicone mat underneath. Now, I did cut these, so I'm just making sure. There we go. See, and when I cut my paper like this, and I know it's going to be laid out flat, I try to sit there and cut it where it's going to be continuous looking. So I've got that whole stained glass look effect. It just got a little bit in between, but yet it's still there and you still capture the image. Let me get that off. Just it stuck down quicker than I was ready. It's still sticking down quicker than I'm ready. Alright, so I'm just going to center this up right here. And I want to make sure you center it up right because everything else is going to center up with it, right? So I'm just in the middle done first. And I'm just making sure my paper lines up. All the paper on all sides look real pretty, right? This would have been real pretty too. It was really a hard decision, which I was going to use. I'm just going to go ahead and get this right here, lined up here, so it looks like it's just very continuous there. Okay, so there it is there. All right, now we have other pieces. So I have this white piece over here. Thinking I had one just a little bit bigger. Yeah, I did. This is for something else. All right, so I'm just going to put this one here. This one I'm going to actually stamp in sentiment. So you're really going to want to do your sentiment first. All right, so and the reason for that is I've got all the bulk right here. So I'm going to hold off on this a second, but I can go ahead and do this back piece. This back piece is we're going to actually have 2 pieces here. We're actually going to take a piece of this here. So this is all coordinating paper, and I'm just going to sit there and adhere it to this right here, because this is what we're going to use to put our gift card, gift. It can be anything you want, right? You could put money, you could put candy, you could put, I could think of other things to put in here as well too. Okay, so this piece right here, the designer series paper, is 3 3/4, and it's going to be 4. Okay, this here is going to be 3 3/4, which is fine because we're just going to glue it on top. And this one here, though, is going to be 4 1/4. So this is actually the full width of the card or the purse itself. And what that allows you to do is that it's going to allow us just to come around these edges here to put it down. And we're going to sit there and be able to put a gift in here. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead because this is going to be down flat, so it doesn't matter. Right. So we're just going to take this right here. Yeah, so if it won't work, just run it across the top of your hand, and it works just fine. If I don't hold my mouth right or something, right, I know I can at least take it across my hand. So you do want to make sure you do it the right way, right, because it's just 1/4 inch difference. All right, just going to be right there. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take a circle punch. I take my smallest one, and we're going to sit here. And we're just going to take a little bit out of this here so that it makes it easier to slide in. So if you want to go halfway, you could. We got enough room to do that. If you want to just do a little bit, you can as well too. Whatever makes it easiest for you, right? I'm just going to center it the best I can. I don't measure it, right? All right, we'll put that aside. That aside. Okay, so we're just going to put this right down in here. Now we're going to make sure we're not going to butt it like right against it, right? Because we want to be able to fold this and flex. So if you're not sure, test it out first, right? Because you want to make sure it works. Now we're only doing 3 sides, right? Because we're going to make it a gift card holder, and we got to be able to slide it in or any kind of gift that we have. So we're going to just put this on here. And just, tear and tape's good because it's based for 3D, right? Projects. Now the only thing is, since we're not using glue we could put on the edges. You just have to make sure that when you go to put this down, you've got it where you want it. Either that or don't mash down on it too hard to make sure you got it, because that way once you stretch this sticks, it sticks pretty darn good. So you have an opportunity for creativity on getting it off if you don't get it correct. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and get the bottom, like right here first. You know, whatever makes it easiest, right? So we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to do it first like this. And I'm going to get it right down here, not on it. We just tested it. We know it'll flow. If you're concerned, just take it up a smidgen. Because we didn't go all the way to the top with this. So that allows us some flexibility. Okay? So I didn't do the sides yet. But you can see that it'll fold. And it actually looks like I might see how this is right here. So I'm off just a smidgen here. It looks straight, but it's not quite. So all we're going to do is I'm just going to gently lift it. Now, what I'm doing right now, nobody's going to see, right? Because it's going to be hidden underneath. But still, no one have to do it again. All right, so at least got the bottom down, right? Okay, now I can just go and take these off. I've got it all lined up. And we're going to get that off, I think. I've got really short fingernails. I had to get something else. Oh, yeah. I mean, what do you think today? My hair is back to normal thanks to Anelia. I did have to take those beads out of my hair to go get my hair done and get it trimmed and everything else in the world. And I have to tell you, those 7 strands of beads I had in my hair took me an hour and a half to get out of my hair. Just because I want to be sure to cut the rubber band just right so I didn't cut my hair. All right, so I could get the braid out. Now I'm still a little bit off, so all I'm going to do is take my scissors. But anyway, so the question was, would I do my hair again with beads? Absolutely. I love doing my hair with beads. My hair, actually, I kept the beads in my hair from a little bit over a month. And so anyway, so you see how you can slide anything in here? So it would be very easy to slide. I got a business card right here. It's very easy to slide a card in here, right? If you had a gift card, I'd already tried a regular gift card. You put money in here if you wanted to slide some candy or something in there, just depending on what the occasion is, right? So it'll work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and get the back side here on, and then we'll work on this right here. So we actually have this piece here that's going to be the front and back, and we're also going to have to put on right now, we're going to put on our purse handle. All right, so it's going to look like this, right? So we can at least go ahead and put this on the back side right now. But see how it's going to match the cards and all that we already made in the envelope? And like I said, this could easily be Christmas. It could easily be a wedding, an anniversary, right? Because we've got the 2 doves on here. So we're going to at least get the back side on here first, all right? Oh, hello, Lourdes. I've missed you. So I'm just going to put that. Now, I'm going to do this like this because, right, it's going to be the back and it's going to be 3D. And you know what? Right now is when I need also my handle here. Now, I like this because it's really not that hard. I'm going to put, I think it's about 7 inches. Let me see here. I'm going to do 8. 8 just sounds better. And I just need a little bit of space right there to make a nice little handle, I think. We'll see if that's long enough or not. If it's not, then I get to do it again. So I just want to be able to lift this up, right? When I give it to somebody, I just want to be able to, oh yeah, okay, I'll be able to do that. All right, so I'm just going to put this right here for the moment. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually use tear and tape. So what I do lots of times, sometimes with ribbon, especially when I know something's going to be hidden, I just use tear and tape to hold it down for me so it doesn't like agitate me, right? Sometimes I get agitated when something's flim-flamming around on me and I'm trying to get something done. All right, so in this particular case, I'm going to be doing this right here, right? And it's going to come over right here. And I've got it glued down right there. Yes, I do. And I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to come right up here and I'm going to put it right there. All right? So I know it's not completely, it shouldn't be completely glued down yet. And I'm just going to come over to the side and I'm going to put it right there. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and take some tearing tape because it's going to be covered, right? And the nice thing is, even if I had to come back and add more glue, that would be easy to do, okay? It doesn't matter that we've just like put paper down there because it's not going to matter, right? All right, let me see if I got that there. Yeah, I got to lift that just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. All right, so it's going to fold over like that. So you see how our purse is going to look? Okay, so now we still got to decorate some up here on top. So I've actually got this coordinating paper here that I already cut out. And it is, so that you know it, I know. It's so good to see you. All right, so this is 1.5 inches, all right, and this is going to be 4 inches wide across here. So we're just going to put this up here, and I'm going to put this on here with adhesive. Now I would tell you, I was going to put, I'll show you what I was going to do. But sometimes, you know, it's like, okay, yeah, I was going to do it, and then I changed my mind, right? You're like to the finish line, and you change your mind, and you're going, now what you going to do? Well, I'm going to do what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so I did this here, and I went ahead and die cut the die. So you saw that, and we did it last week as well, too. It's really very, very big, so you'll have to tell me what you think about having the the dove here. I mean, they're pretty, right? They're pretty. I got it on a purse, and I can actually fluff up the wings. I can put it in the center. Now, I had some sentiments that I did, and this one's even bigger, right? So it's going to be a purse. It's going to be a gift, right? So you got to keep in mind that once we get through, it's going to stand up just like this, right? And you can use a little Velcro dot to put right there to hold that closed. I'm not doing that right now. And we got to be able to open it, right? Put a gift to put this in here. So that's why you need like a little Velcro or something like that. Or a little magnet will work too. So this is like when you look this and you're holding this, right? The thing is you can put a dove right here if you want to. So it's up to you. And here is the other, like I said, the side one. I sort of like the side one here. And the reason is, here's the words I was going to originally put on here. And I decided I want the Christmas, but I don't really know if I want the peace, love, and joy. All right, I think I do. That's what I originally wanted. And I'm not sure at the moment now. Okay, so when I'm not sure like that, what I do is I just put a little, this is I think 1 3/4 by 4. So what I do then is I just put a little dab like that. So it's not going to be like a major fiasco, right, to sit there and pull it off if I decide and change my mind. Because I do like it. So I actually do this in 2 colors, right? The center color is cloud cover, and the other color is misty moonlight, which is the color of the paper. And you can hold it just like this. But I couldn't decide if I wanted it to be Christmas or if I wanted it to be a gift for somebody that's like getting married or whatever. So we can actually, I'm going to go ahead and decorate this right here with dimensionals. The other option I had, and I brought along, was just to do the word love, right? I mean, I think love at Christmas time, whether it's Christmas or whatever, it works just fine. But it was going to determine what you're going to put on the inside, right? Because what I want to do is do peace on earth. But if I did this basically for a wedding and all, that wouldn't most probably work, right? But we can at least go ahead and put some bling on here. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this darker color because I think it'll go just fine. Oops. And we'll put a couple little ones here. I'm going to put it right up there. I'm going to put another one too. Yeah, I got glue on my fingers. I'm going to put it just right here. And they got a little shininess and reflective to it as well. Now see, if I do this, the thing is that when I had the dove that I just had, right, I'm going to have to make room for the dove. So the thing is I would have to look at how I want to do my words, which I still do like the dove. I might have to color the wings or something else. We'll leave it where I started to begin with right now. We still have the option to change, right? And we have the option too, right? There's no reason why you cannot add doves to the inside. But let me show you what we can do to these wings. We can just take a bone folder, take a round pencil, take anything, right? And we can just separate these wings. And that's why I think on the outside would be really cool, right? just to be able to show off the way you can do these wings. And really and truly, at this point in life, I need to be thinking Christmas. Because really, for the life of me, I don't know of anybody getting married anytime soon. In fact, when I say soon, not even the next year or so. So there you go. If it is, it'd be a super big surprise to me. All right. So this is something you can easily do, and we can easily color the different things, right? And you could just as easily, if you wanted to. I just thought putting it on the front. I didn't want to take away from the two doves right here. But I did have the word love, and let me just show you that when you sit there and use it, you don't want to use my good white piece I'm going to have inside here. That's the one for the inside. Right there. And you can stamp all over you want to there as well too. So let's go ahead and stamp it. Let me show you some other options that I thought you could do with this, especially if it was somebody's, well, even anniversary. I'm thinking, I know you know people that have anniversaries, right? And I do know people that have birthdays this time of the year, and I have Christmas time and all, but I just don't know anybody getting married. So that's why I have to sort of think about this when I was doing it. It's like, who are you going to give it to? I'm like, I don't know, right? So I usually create based on what I already know someone I'm going to give it to. So here was one that I did the thing is just cut out the word love, right? Sometimes we really struggle with which die are we going to use. In this particular case, because I really like the shape of the dies that I already used for the birds and the silver glitter paper, it's like, okay, now what you going to do with it? Well, it's like, I don't know. Because I didn't want to cover up the doves, right? I went out of my way to make sure that I got the doves paired up in the center there, right? When I sit there and die cut it. But we could easily just use the word love, right? So if I do the word love up here, it's not very big. Let me give you an example of what that would look like, right? So we're talking about it would look good like this. But if you add the dove to it, like this, then I think that would be very nice. So what that would look like is me taking this off and putting the word love and a dove next to it. And I think that would be just fine, right? So you sort of have to use, I'm not going to cut this up because that one I've already, trying to think, yes. Nope, I'm good. I could cut this one if I wanted to. This is, let me see what this is again and I can show you. Because sometimes it's visually, it's hard to see, right? If you don't have it visually in front of you so you can see it, I can use this easily no matter what. So this is 1 3/4 by 4. So this one we're just going to go ahead and cut to 1 3/4. So I can show you what I'm talking about. But I really like with the holidays coming up and everything else, it's finding ways that you can make something that you really like. It's simple. It's gonna be simple too, right? I mean, when you're gonna do 100 Christmas cards and you're gonna do gifts, and for me, I don't know about you, but for me, I always have somebody I end up getting them a gift card because that's what they want. Didn't quite. It needs to be a little bit less. I measured that wrong. All right, let's see what that is again. 1 1/2. Okay, I'm only off by 3/4 of an inch, or 1/4 of an inch. Okay, we solved that with a 1/4 piece left over that we can actually put on the other piece, right? All right, so visualize it like this, that we could easily put this here. And where did my word love go? Here we go. Here's the word love, right? And here is right there, right? So that's the other option that I was looking at. In fact, I'm just going to go ahead and glue these down right now so I have it. Because when I don't know what I'm going to do sometimes, or I'm not sure and I like them both, I end up making one of each. And that way, I can easily give this to somebody. And same thing with, so with the one on here, because I've done peace, love, and joy, then I can easily do peace on earth on the inside. Okay, so let me just get this right here again. And I'm just going to put the dove right here. And I'm just going to put the word love right here. All right? So Christmas is about love, right? We give because we love others and want to do for others. But when I see it like this, I don't necessarily think of it in that particular fashion of for Christmas. Now, so what happens is now let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and stamp the Peace on Earth. So I'm going to set this one aside, and definitely that is something you can do. And let me make sure I get this correctly, because this is not very far off in size, right? Okay, we just want to make sure we get it right here. So this allows you to sign it, anything else you want to do. So what you want to do it beforehand, right? If you decide to do something else, you can. The other option is you can put this on the back. Right? Get this out of the hand before I stick my hand in it. I've only done that half a dozen times before, if not more. So this would be right down here, right? Now, if you sat there and wanted more than this, and you just wanted to decorate this, you could. The other option is just flip the purse over, and you can put it right here on back as well, right? So there you go. Or you can even put DSP back here, right? So there you go. So I wanted mine to open up and to have my Peace on Earth right here, and then I was going to have the gift right there. So let's go ahead and get this down. See, even rolling the tape, I can feel. Now I'm not going to get rid of this here. I'm going to use this. So that's really there. I know it's a scrap. It is a smidgen of a scrap. It is. Well, I just had to cut off 1/4 of an inch. I think is what that was. I just cut off. And we're just going to put it down here. We might have to trim it. Was fixing to find out. But it's pretty. When I have pretty paper, I like to use as much as possible. Oh yeah. See, that'll fit perfectly. So it still leaves you room to sign it. The other thing I like about the purse here is you can hang it on the Christmas tree, right? You can hang it on the door. You can hang it anywhere you want to hang it. If you wanted to surprise somebody and put it on the door and just to make their day, that you could do that as well too. So I'm just going to take it. So that's the times when I just have little scraps like this. I can take it and just put it down right there. I got it all coordinating together. So there you go. Here's our purse, which we can change love and joy out if we want to, right? They do, right? I really like it, Lourdes, because when you sit there on the back of the paper packs, they tell you coordinating colors that they suggest. Doesn't mean you can't use other ones too, right? Now, I could sit there and do peace, love, and joy, and I'll show you another way you can do it as well too. I do like the way they coordinate the colors and give you, you don't have to like struggle with it. They tell you the things that'll go with it. We could also put some ribbon over here to the side, but I'm not going to do that right now. The other thing I'm going to do for you, though, that I want to show you that you can do as well, and that would be is the peace, love, and joy that I just stamped. We can sit up there and stamp one word at a time, right? This is the one I need the other one stamped. This one here. So you can, right? So I could have and still can, right? I always have the right to change my mind. Now my stamp's a little bit longer, so I'm just going to come across diagonally, right? So the other option we have with this whole thing is that we could do the words peace, love, and joy. Oh, thank you. I'm thinking I'm feeling the doves too. You don't have anybody getting married, do you? That's probably like me, not that you know of. Alright, here we're going to do the piece. And then we'll just clean it off if I find my cleaner I had handy. If not, then we're just going to get the ink off of here. I sort of buried everything. You just want to make sure you don't have any more ink in there, right? Because I'm actually going to do just the center word love. And I might not be able to do it as easy as I thought. But I just sort of worked my way across, right? Now, the thing is, well, you know what? I don't know why I'm telling you that. I always tell you that we can sit there and mask it, right? So here's the other option here. as I'm like lining this up and everything else. We already know we don't want the peace word to show up because it's already there. So, but I am going to center it, right? About as best as I can without going over. Okay. Let's get the ink off. So yes, if you can't find your stamp cleaner, just make sure it's off. There we go. And I got peace, love, and I'm going to do the joy. I like to do it like this if I can, right? But if the word's in the center, you just can't do that. And then I'm just going to get this one here. Center it up, right? Okay. So now we can just as easily cut this out. Now I really don't want a square. I mean, I could. But I would do like I did a minute ago. I just cut around the words. Like you can start off with a square, right? And go from there. But I'll just show you how it looks and so you can see what we can do. So it's all about options, right? Because if I went and made this for several people in the family. Where's my other piece? If I went and made several of these for people in the family, see how I could easily just trim this down and put this right here? And I think that'd be just as cute. I'm going to make sure everybody's is different, right? Every great once in a while, I got caught with this recently. I get my son sometimes like Father's Day cards the same one because they all reflect both of my sons that have children. And they were both here at the same time, and one son was bragging about how special he was, and he got a special card, and it was like, well, I wouldn't be bragging too much, because you're going to find out your brother has the same one. So anyway, so I do try sometimes to do it differently, not exactly the same. All right, so just see how easily we can put this right here, okay? We can round off the edges, we can make it look like the dove is delivering a message, right? So those are all easy things to do. I just didn't want it just black square, right? After I sat there and did all that curly stuff. But then I would most probably just come around the words just like I did the other one. I know, it just depends, right? Given day and moment. Actually, I tell you what I would really like, and it's, let's see if that would work. The circle would be really good. I just think the circle's too big, though. And I don't have a smaller circle. And I could, right? I have some dies and I could do it. So actually that would even be better too, is to put it in a circle. We'll go ahead and finish with what I'm doing. But putting it in a circle would be it. You just have to find the right circle. I wasn't prepared to come in here to do a circle. But I could, right? It's one of those things I could. And I'm most probably going to be okay with it just curved around like this as well too, because it's going to have the whole curvy effect as the other stuff, right? And then you can also put a twig, because this actually has a dye that you could actually do some greenery, right? Or silver, whatever color you want. And we could do the peace, love, and joy right here. And I think that would be just as nice as well too, right? So it just depends what you're going to give and what you want to do. But see how nice that would go right there, just as well. And just think if you have the peace, love, and joy up here with a little green twig. So that's the other one I'll do for you. I'll post it out there so you can see how it looked. I do like the doves, right? And give somebody a gift. And there you go. I have to stretch it out because my camera's not far enough. I can do it sideways for you. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed it, right? It's all about creating, sharing, and giving, and making a difference in someone else's life, right? There's so much going on. Everybody's so crazy busy nowadays and everything else, but people always appreciate it, when you sit there and give them a gift or even a card, right, just to make their day. So what does that mean? It means go out there, create, share, and give, and make a difference in someone else's life, right? Even if it's a thank you card, right? Or we have some just note cards, right? You can create a note card that you just write a note. It doesn't have to have a sentiment on the outside if you don't want to, right? It's just about the act of giving and making a difference and touch of someone else's life. So with that, be blessed. Have an amazing week. I will be working on Halloween mystery boxes, and I'll be working on paper share, and I'll be working on some different Christmas ideas. So with that, be blessed. Look forward to seeing you soon again next week. And if you have the time on Sunday at 4, Zoe and Nana will be live at 4 o'clock Sunday, this Sunday. I know it's a holiday weekend, but we'll be doing the paper pumpkin kit. And it's cute and fun, and I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. So be blessed. See you soon. Bye.